Hey there, and welcome back. In today's mindset topic, we're going to go through responsibility. As always, it's an honor and a privilege to. Hey there, and welcome back. In today's mindset topic, we're going to take you through responsibility. Let's get straight into it. Let's break down the definition of responsibility. What does it mean? Responsibility is your ability to take ownership and respond to the people, tasks, and situations that impact on you. Responsibility is recognizing that you have a choice as to how you respond. It's your ability to take ownership of everything that impacts on you and make an appropriate response. Every time we wake up in the morning, we can choose what we do with our bodies, what we do with our time, how we assess our priorities, and so forth. Yes, we all have different levels of priorities, and we need to pay our bills, spend time with our partner, our kids, and so forth. We need to exercise. Ultimately, the key point here is we have a choice, and we're 100% responsible for what we do with our time and the decisions we make that impact on our health and our mindset. It all comes down to choice. Responsibility is manifest in our response, in particular when things don't go our way. Okay, that's when we can really assess whether we are 100% responsible. As humans, we like to blame people, we like to blame situations, maybe God for our suffering, rather than stand up and take ownership. So blaming is a common excuse that I hear all the time in health and nutrition. As a parent of 3 kids, it's really easy for me to blame my kids, maybe even blame my partner from time to time for their lack of support, or blame other people for my stressful life, and blame others for some of my poor choices. But the moment I realize I'm 100% responsible for how I treat my body and no one else, that's when I can take action. Responsibility is not about blaming others or situations. It's not about playing the victim. It's not about unleashing that fury, the anger on traffic or the weather or on God. And it's not about giving up, and it's not about being proud. We need to admit our mistakes and be humble in order to take responsibility. Here's a nice little diagram that explains the responsibility continuum. I'm going to ask you where you live on this continuum. Are you down the end of the victim? Are you someone who blames others? Do you give excuses? Do you wait and hope for things to get better? Are you somebody who just hopes someone else will take care of it? At the other end of the continuum, we've got somebody who takes 100% responsibility. Are you down this end? Do you own your own mistakes? Okay. Are you humble? Do you acknowledge your realities? Do you find solutions to problems, and do you commit to changing? So stop this video for a moment, just pause and consider where you live on this continuum for one moment. In particular, where do you live in terms of taking responsibility for your nutrition, what you put in your mouth? So responsibility means making positive choices every moment. When it comes down to it, to build your level of responsibility and move you along that continuum, you need to see that everything you do and say is a choice, okay? And we can't blame others or situations. Building responsibility takes a number of different things, but I'm going to focus on a few things here, 4 key things. First of all, we've got to have courage to actually change. And courage simply means strength in the face of discomfort, okay? Being strong when things are stressful, when things are getting us down. Honesty means being honest with ourselves and honest about others. Accountability, being held to account personally for our actions and our responses. And awareness, having an understanding as to where we are on that continuum and where we need to be, where we're headed. In particular, when things aren't going our way, that's when it really reveals within us our true level of responsibility. In terms of building responsibility, we need these 4 things. We also need to understand what we can and can't control. So let's break down what we can't control first of all. We can't control other people, their actions, their words, their inactions, their attitudes. We can't control events, catastrophes, the weather. We can't control traffic. However, we can control how much we let these things impact on our response. So here's what we can control. Our preparation. We can control how well we are prepared for things to go wrong. We need to be realistic and open-minded about life and know that at some point things will not go our way today. In practical terms, being prepared means knowing you have a crazy day or a crazy week coming up. So we need to schedule out our training and exercise, schedule out our eating, our meal prepping for the week. We need to shop for it and make sure that we can still live really, really well. We can control our mindset. We can control how well we entertain negative thoughts as well as our self-talk and our state of mind, and how long we're going to sit and fester in a negative state such as anger, disappointment. We can absolutely control our response. We can acknowledge the realities. You know, you can say, that was actually pretty crappy what happened to me, or that was pretty crap what that person said. I really didn't like that. That hurt. Okay. But then we need to get to work, come up with a solution, or respond in kindness. We can't change what's happened. Unfortunately, in life, we don't have an undo button, okay? But we can choose to get up and get to work. Our homework for this week. Focus on what you can control. You can control preparation, mindset, and response. Practice taking responsibility for your nutrition by making positive choices. Call yourself out when you are not taking responsibility, in particular when things don't go your way, and note down the event. Okay, there's your homework for this week. As always, any comments, feedback, or questions, please, please, please write them down so we can chat about them at our next session. Well done for doing your homework and watching this video. You're doing so well. Look forward to chatting to you next week and hearing how you went with this topic of responsibility. Here's your fist bump for this week. Take care and we'll chat to you soon.